It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Rotten Potatoes coming at you with a quick take on a new movie. I'm Dr. Paul.
I'm Dr. Paul.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And we just got back, walked in the door from seeing, I don't know how to say the name of the movie, Super/Man.
Or Superman.
But you have a great title for it.
A Walk with Superman.
Yes. Documentary produced by DC Comics about Christopher Reeve and the battle that it's really about, him getting the role of Superman, doing the Superman film, but then also the struggles of his spinal cord injury. What'd you think?
A little bit about, Superman in general and sort of how his portrayal of the role and subsequently what happened with him has affected the character as well. But it was a good movie. I thought it was a little bit long, but a good movie. A tearjerker. We were hearing throughout the whole movie.
Not me.
There was a lot of people in there for a small theater. I mean, this is the opening weekend. Has not been around very long. So I was surprised by how many people were in there. It was a good movie.
Including, I saw a wheelchair. And that's the first time I've seen a wheelchair
in a theater in a minute.
Yeah. And it made me think, if there's a movie that sort of would speak to this, that would be it.
Yeah, a good third of the film was dedicated to advocacy for people with disabilities.
Yeah. I did tear up, but it's interesting where I teared up. I teared up at the beginning when you hear the Superman music and you see scenes from the film. And I've made no doubt, I've hidden my love for that film on this show. I think it is the best superhero comic book film ever made, the best portrayal of Superman. It's got the spirit of the character kind of stuff. And that did make me tear up. It is, I guess my final sort of thought about it is we need superheroes and we need Superman. And that really is kind of what you get from this movie is that he was a hero off the screen in the battle and the advocacy that he did for spinal cord injury. And the other takeaway from this, I had no idea the story of sort of how his father he grew up and nothing he did was okay. I mean, the distance between him and his father. And I thought, we have, as men, I think we have just sort of given up. I think we're not being present with our kids. And I think the first hero that a child needs is a dad and a mom, but they need that dad in their lives. And so that did move me on that. So be a hero in your life, be a hero to your kids. If you've never seen the Superman film with Christopher Reeve, you should go see it, see if ever get a chance to see it on a big screen because it's a different experience. But
yeah, I mean, that alone, just to be able to see some of that stuff on the big screen when they talk about, Donner talks about them doing the first screen test where he's flying and he just naturally banks his way across and they said everybody cheered. It's kind of got that. It's got some nostalgia in there as well.
Yeah. I had no idea he was as close to so many people that he was. No clue
about Robin Williams and that whole thing. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That what made me cry at the end is when Robin Williams was like doing the speech at the end after he passed away. And then he walked. You could tell he just had to get out of there because he was about to break down.
Yeah.
That part got me.
And he said he was like his brother. I mean, they were roommates, coming up. And what Glenn Close had said is that she believed that Robin Williams and Christopher Reeves, that relationship that they had, that if Chris Reeve would have lived, that Robin Williams would still be alive. That I think that he was a lifeline to Robin, both of them. I think they were, but it's very, very powerful. And the whole notion of advocacy for people. I think sometimes we don't see people who are disabled, that we walk, we don't make eye contact with them. We don't smile. We don't talk to them. And Christopher Reeve, he made it real. I mean, he was just such an idol and made him more approachable. And so if there's anything take away from that movie, for me, it was be a good dad. I'm giving up on you. I'm going to have some other kids and start over. And then also
good luck with that.
Try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And if I were in a wheelchair or disabled or whatever, I'd want people just to treat me like a person.
That's real funny. Let me give you a hand. Well, that's awful kind of you. How about you give me a standing ovation?
Why don't you lift me up?
Oh, you look familiar to me. Were you in Stomp?
Hey, you can kiss my grits.
I think I'll be the bigger man now and walk away. Walk away.
Here's my thing: as you talk about, when you get back in, raising your kids right. And I think part of that comes down to having both parents in the picture, and the vows for a wedding, death do us part through sickness and in health, says nothing about, hey, we've had a little bit of a rocky relationship, let's hang things up. And so you look at what his wife did, sticking through the whole scenario, and how she said, I love you, and said something that you're still you and I love you. And he talked about how if she
Saved
had
his
even
life.
hesitated for a moment, it wouldn't have worked, but she saved his life. So I just think that, there's something to be taken from the film. There are themes to be taken. If she can stick with him, then what's your excuse?
Yeah. Love the people who are in your life. So, all right.
Scale of 1 to 10.
8.
That's what I was going to say, 8 out of 10.
Yeah. It was a little long. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Sharpen about a little bit off of it, and it could have been a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. So we'll see you at the movies.